Hello, welcome back to Mortality TV. Welcome back to Grade 12 Chemistry Laboratory Safety Lesson 2. So part A, let us look at the homework answers. The homework answers for the homework that I gave you in lesson 1. So question 1, the answers were safety goggles protects eyes from chemical splashes. Then question 2, why we wear a lab coat protects skin and clothing from spills. Then 3, why not eating or drinking in the laboratory prevents chemical contamination. Report accidents immediately. Quick response prevents serious injury. Then for 5, why we handle chemicals carefully, it prevents reactions and burns. Now let us advance a bit, but before we start, if I give you concentrated sulfuric acid and water and you mix them the wrong way, what happens? Is it an explosion, splashing, severe burns? So today we are going to go deeper into laboratory safety. Okay, advanced grade 12 concepts. So corrosive substances destroy materials and skin on contact. Toxic substances cause poisoning when inhaled, swallowed, or observed. So this statement is for the question, what is the difference between corrosive and toxic substances? So from what we have read that corrosive substances destroy materials and skin on contact, such as acids, whereas toxic substances cause poisoning when inhaled, swallowed, or absorbed, such as inhaling bromine gas. Now, what is MSDS, as we have seen in the second point? So MSDS, these are material safety data sheet. Material safety data sheet, such as, so these provide detailed safety information about chemicals including hazards, handling, storage, and emergency measures. Okay, then question, so then point 3, acid must always be added to water because the reaction releases heat. Adding water to acid can cause dangerous splashing. So this is caused when we add acid directly to water, the reaction releases a lot of heat. This is because acid is more denser than water, so the two do not mix, and as you mix acid plus water, it creates an exothermic reaction. So when the two do not mix, at the point of contact, they begin to produce a lot of heat, which can cause an explosion. Alright, that's why we must always add acid to water and not water to acid. Now, hazard symbols communicate risks such as flammable, explosive, corrosive, toxic, or oxidizing. So what we understand about this is, let's say we see a symbol of a score on a container. From there onwards, we will realize that this substance is corrosive or toxic. Then we see a flame on a substance, we can conclude that this substance is flammable. Chemical waste must be disposed of in labeled containers according to type. Like, if the chemical container was for acid, it must be disposed of properly. Now, part C, scenario questions. A student smells gas during an experiment. What should they do? So, when you smell gas during an experiment, what should you do? Then question 2. Concentrated acid spills on a bench. Outline the correct response. Question 3. A chemical bottle has no label. Should it be used? Explain. Question 4. A fire starts from a Bunsen burner. What is the correct response? So when you smell a gas during an experiment, it is much safer to move away to avoid any toxic gases entering your lungs, which would cause complications, and alert your supervisor. Then when acid spills on the bench, you must wear gloves and make sure to wipe it off safely. Question 3. A chemical bottle has no label. Should it be used? No. You must ask your advisor to help identify the chemical bottle, because we cannot know what substance is in that bottle. Then when a fire starts, you must always use the fire extinguisher to put out the fire, and always alert your supervisor. Thank you for watching Tally TV Lesson 2. I hope this lesson was useful to you.